All right, so we're live. All right, just waiting for it to be on live on my Facebook account, and I'll share it to my friend Francis, who is my co-host for today. By the way, all right, hold on. Let's just share it first. Shadow palang madilim. Okay, hold on. Okay, I just shared it to my friend. Okay, so guys, welcome to another episode of Music Chat. So for today, starting today, by the way, iba na po yung format niya. So I will have a co-host already, who is actually my friend, a longtime friend of mine. We met way back in 2006 when we did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Okay, sa ano pa yon? I think sa film theater pa yon. I don't know if it is still standing. The last time I know is tatanggalin na yata siya. So yon. Anyway, so he's a BS psychology graduate, by the way. So and definitely nag-iba yung format nito kasi nga sa scheduling ko, and I want to, you know, um to communicate more with people, and hoping that this um, new step will improve though. So anyway, I'll introduce my good friend Francis. Hello, you're on. Ano, smile ka lang
Hi,
dyan.
Jean, and to everyone uh, who's watching right now, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for
Wow.
joining us.
Yes.
By the
Yeah,
way,
because
I would like to thank you, Jean, for promoting me. Before I was guesting here, I think I had the guests ready, and now you made me a co-host. So, like what we often said, promotion. And happy for trust. That for your trust. I can help you and MusiChat. Thank you very much.
yeah, yeah. Francis is actually one of my confidants. So, sa sobrang tagal namin magkakilala, kilalang-kilala niya na ako. Alam niya 'pag galit na ako, alam din niya 'pag bad trip ako. So, yan. So, anyway, for today, we're going to talk about definitely about mental health. Uh, Not actually mental health, but part of mental health, which is depression. And um, for because it's actually Suicide Prevention Month today, so we're also going to talk about, of course, trigger warning po. Again, trigger warning first, okay? We're also going to talk about definitely about suicide. So, there you go. Okay, so medyo deep yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon. So, yan. Okay. Oh, Francis, you already have a fan here.
Hi,
Sean.
hi, bro. Sean Chow, Shanlin Chow from China.
Yeah, so yeah, it's all over the world though. All right, because I'm in Singapore and he's in Manila. Now, Sean is in China, right?
Hi, Sean. Thank you for watching.
Okay. So, all right. So, why? Oh, here. Hold on. I'm joining on time. Yes,
Yeah,
Sean.
you're
You're
on
just
time. Thank you very much.
on time. And from China. I hope you're
Yes.
okay there in China. I hope the pandemic is getting better there. Okay. Okay, so let's just proceed with definitely with depression, okay? And we all know that depression is one of the mental disorders. All right.
Yes.
So,
Actually,
yes.
I read an article just a while ago.
Mhm.
I researched about talk will have. 2009. And yes, I believe in last 2020, 2 years ago, that mental health is the third, I think, disability rank in the Philippines. 2020, so it's just not quite old. I think somehow it's hopefully not even higher now because of the pandemic, because a lot of people are very affected because uh, enclosure or because of the lockdown. So hopefully, I don't know the latest data. Anyway, maybe you can, you know better than me what's the status right now that are ranking regarding to disability in Philippines or mental health in the Philippines.
Yes. So, but of course, before we go to depression, we need to define what is depression, right? So, would you like to start, Francis?
Okay. So depression is uh, kind of sadness, but prolonged sadness. Because the usual sadness will just last for a day or maybe 2 or 3 days. But depression can last for, I believe, 2 weeks or more. And of course, not the sadness. You can see the change in one's behavior. For example, if the person is usually active or talkative, and all of a sudden, he or she will just be quiet, or maybe oversleeping, loss of appetite, you can see the change. That's a warning already that maybe that person can should seek a professional help, like a psychologist or counselor.
Yeah, because yeah, according to actually to MindDoc, there's a five fundamental differences between sadness and depression. But the main key here is that sadness is actually an emotion and depression is a mental illness, right? And sadness is actually temporary and depression is persists much longer. Because usually ito yung nai-interchange eh. Di ba? Namimibisquote yung actually, depressed ako ngayong araw na to. Depressed ako kasi ganito. Depressed ako kasi ganyan. But actually, what they're feeling is actually just sadness, right?
And
So,
also, I believe we should be careful. You have to confirm from a medical professional if you're really depressed. Don't assume because people like say na I'm very down, I'm depressed. They're right, actually, sadness most of the time.
yes, correct. So,
Seek a
it means,
professional to diagnose you. You're
yeah.
really depressed because it will be dangerous. Ever that you can have a depression right away without seeking a professional doctor will harm your health. Might harm your
So,
health.
definitely,
Be very careful.
depression must be clinically diagnosed by either psychologist or psychiatrist. Okay, just for the info of
Yes,
everyone, the difference between psychologists and psychiatrists is actually psychiatrists are the only ones who can actually prescribe medications, right?
yes,
This controlled actually these are all controlled medications. Okay, you cannot anyhow just purchase it over the counter. All right, so but either of the two, you can actually go to them and see them so that you will be properly diagnosed whether it is actually really a depression or you just need some therapy for sadness or anything else, right?
that's right. And they can work hand in hand.
Yeah,
Better
definitely. Because you
situation.
can actually go first to psychologist, to a therapist actually can
Yep,
do. Then go to psychologist. Then if something is really not good, then the psychologist may refer you to a psychiatrist.
absolutely. Yes,
Mm. So because people with depression actually do not act at all for attention. Okay, sometimes people actually think that they're just attention seekers, that they're lazy or anything else, but they don't know how bad it is kapag umatake yung depression na talagang hindi ka makaka ano sa kama, hindi ka makaka galaw sa kama, nakahilata ka na lang diyan. You're not in the mood to eat, you're not even in the mood to go to the shower or anything else.
Yes.
So, it's really bad. It's really bad. So, sometimes, but then kasi ang nangyayari kasi 'pag depression is ang tumatakbo sa utak mo is you are worthless, you're stupid, no one likes you, no one loves you, you're alone, you're nothing, and it just keeps on going and going and going inside your mind. Okay, it's actually
That's
raising
why it's a
inside.
serious thing, serious matter. So, you know someone who has depression, take it seriously. It means they need support. Hindi sila
Mm,
maarte. Hindi sila, they're not think sa condition. They're serious. Because we know that even if we are healthy, but our mind is not healthy, all things will follow. Of course, because mind is very important. Because how can we work if our mind is not in condition, even we are healthy? So, I think one factor is the top, the brain, the head. So, we really need to really take care of our mental health. Everything can be affected um, with regards to the mental health. So, that's it. I believe these people have mental conditions or and even just few minutes. You don't have to just spend time with the busy. You don't have to spend with them for an hour. Just listen to them and just few words because they need somebody uh, who will be there for them because they really need care, love. Yes.
yes, definitely. So, kasi ang tanong dyan is, how does it feel?
Anyway, since you are in Singapore, what
Mm,
is the mental health condition generally in Singapore?
well, definitely
Can you
everyone
share
is
us a little bit?
actually everyone is still affected
Because
by
we
the
are talking of
pandemic.
the Philippines, I'm here. How about in Singapore? What is the
Um,
situation there?
Definitely a lot of cases of depression because of the pandemic, because of the recession and the increase in the cost of living here. So definitely it's quite bad, but they're still managing it though. It's,
Sorry?
uh, it's still
You
they
asked me,
can
sorry?
still manage now because bumabalik naman na sa dati. Okay, yung
Sorry,
face to
I
face.
wasn't able to hear what. Did you say something? Did you ask a question?
What I said is that
Yes.
because,
Yes.
yeah, because of the pandemic.
Actually, especially with the young people. Actually, by the way, depression actually comes in all ages.
Yes, definitely. But the thing is, the question here is how does it feel to have depression, right? And what comes in your mind if you're having depression? Okay. So, did you had any experiences of depression before?
That's good to know.
So, did you had any experiences that you were depressed before? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
And here in the Philippines, it's the same. Actually, if you will come here, it's better now.
I mean, my question is, did you had any depression before?
Let's go on.
No, did you experience any depression
No?
before?
No?
Can you hear
In?
me?
Yes. Here in the
All right.
Philippines, better also. Situation is better now. Many people are going out already, and hopefully things will get better.
Okay. So, Francis, in your life, did you experience any depression before?
Me, they asking me. Yes,
Yes.
I had. Uh,
Would you like to share
uh,
it?
yes, I can say I had. Actually, most of us uh, have experienced sadness.
Sorry.
Yes, I mean, it's not really diagnosed. Sorry, I experienced depression.
Did you had any experience of depression
Hello?
before?
Hello,
You
Teen.
okay? Yeah, I can hear you properly. Can you hear me?
Of course, yes. I think most of us, uh, especially, my life story.
Sorry about that, guys. There's a problem with the connections right now. Well, that's the problem when you're doing a live show. Okay. Hi, Miss Regina. Good evening po. Yeah. Francis always, yes, definitely Sean. Knowing Francis for too long, he's very optimistic and spiritual too. Yeah. So right now he's out for a while because of the connections. So while waiting for him, well, I guess I have no choice but to sing though. So hold on for that. Okay. Anyway, so this just start this first, okay? Um so again, depression must be clinically diagnosed by either psychologists or psychiatrists. So as I mentioned before, okay, these fields can make a diagnosis. However, a psychologist is not allowed to prescribe any medications. All right. So depression is the most severe cases that may lead to unwanted outcomes. People diagnosed with depression are not a threat in the society. They actually are more a great threat to themselves. Again, people diagnosed with depression are not a threat in society, but um, they are more a great threat to themselves. Okay, so although there are cases where depressed people committed heinous crimes to their families wanting to die with them, it can happen. Okay, so people with depression do not act at all for attention. Just like what I've said earlier, they are not attention seekers. They are not lazy. It's just so happened that this disorder can debilitate you as your emotional and psychological aspects influence your physical body. If only they could get out from these black holes. Well, they already did. But it's not that simple. It is so difficult that your brain and your will are in constant battle. You wanted to get up of the bed, but you couldn't. Your body is stuck on bed. You know you can do, but your mind keeps telling you that you cannot. Okay. So you know that you are not what you are thinking, but your mind keeps on winning and you keep on losing yourself. That is depression. Okay. So anyway, hold on. I think Francis is back. Hi. You okay? I think she's still doing this. All right. Okay. He's still fixing his thing. So to continue, okay. So how does it feels to have depression? Okay. You are like a plant that is being taken care of but does not bloom at all and soon will wither, of course. You are like a candle that keeps on burning until you melt it. You will cry on even the smallest petty things. You can get too emotional thinking that people can keep on saying negative things about you. So you are so depressed that you just keep staring at the ceiling. You cannot brush off all those negative thoughts and all you know is you are nothing but worthless. That is the main word in depression, worthless. Okay. So for depression, unlike sadness, okay, sadness is actually a temporary emotion. Depression can goes on and on for weeks until months. You cannot go to work nor do any household chores. You have no will to do anything. You cannot sleep, eat properly, or you cannot even get a shower, just like what I've said earlier, of course. You do not want to talk to anyone. You just want to be alone. When you go home from school, you go straight to your room. Okay, you buried yourself and just, you know, you just keep on complaining. You get irritated easily. You question everything. And worst comes to worst, some people, turn into smoking and drinking nonstop and, of course, doing drugs. So in the end, they become more self destructive. Okay. Right. So, example of depression is a student who failed his subject. Okay. Marami yan sa panahon ngayon. Okay. Um, Asian parents are known to be strict to their children, especially when it comes to their education. And may mga kaso talaga na mga bata na kapag na fail sila sa test nila or sa grades nila, they result to suicide. Okay. And there are a number of reports of children committing suicide just because they failed an examination or a grade. Okay. So, okay, while waiting for Francis, before I also continue, let me just sing a song for all of you. Okay, it's Warrior is a Child by Gary Valenciano. Here we go. Lately, I've been winning battles left to right. But even winners can get wounded in the fight. People say that I'm amazing, I'm strong beyond my years. But they don't see inside of me, I'm hiding all the tears. They don't know that I come running home when I fall down. They don't know who picks me up when no one is around. I drop my sword and cry for just a while. 'Cause deep inside this armor, the warrior is a child. Unafraid because his armor is the best. But even soldiers need a quiet place to rest. People say that I'm amazing, I never face retreat. But they don't see the enemies that lay me at his feet. They don't know that I come running home when I fall down. They don't know who picks me up when no one is around. I drop my sword and cry for just a while. 'Cause deep inside this armor, the warrior is a child. They don't know that I come running home when I fall down. They don't know who picks me up when no one is around. I drop my sword and cry for just a while. 'Cause deep inside this armor, deep inside this armor, deep inside this armor, the warrior is Child. Alright, so that's Warriors a Child by Garbanchana. Okay, I think Francis is ready. You
I
ready?
think, yes.
You're back. Welcome back.
Sorry to and to everyone. I had a technical problem. Now, hopefully, I am back for a vengeance.
Yeah,
So,
correct. Thank you, Sean.
so thank you, Sean. Actually, Sean, In is really good singer. The very
Sa
first time I
paningin.
heard her sing, I was really mesmerized. She
Sa
sang
paningin.
Reflection. It was really good. Way back, alam mo na yung
2000.
name. It was a long time ago. So anyway, going back to your question, just correct me if I got it right. So you were asking me earlier if I had experience being depressed. Of course.
Yes,
I think
correct.
most of us, even not diagnosed, experience sadness. And one thing that I can share, because there's a lot, but one thing that I can share was when I was in grade school. Specifically, when I was chosen to compete in a competition with the school's representative for history. So I brought actually the whole class with me in the competition, and I got lost. And I really prepared for that. And since when I was a kid, I was really competitive. I can say that until now, but not as before. I was really competitive before in terms of studies, because of course there are sadness when you were a kid. I don't want to elaborate. I believe I put all my effort, my happiness when I get high grade. So that time I competed for a competition. I got lost. I brought whole class with me, my advisor. So I felt really down, and I lost my focus on studies. It was really affected. But thankfully, my family helped me a lot because in depression, especially in your younger years, that time I was 13. And when you reach that age, the teens now, the younger people now, they are very sensitive because that time is the stage where they are finding their identity, their strength, their weakness. In that time, one of my sources of happiness is my grades, my reputation as a student. When I got lost, thankfully my family was with me, and it took me a long time to recover. Actually, it took me. I don't know if you know this. Don't know this.
No, I don't
Sir.
think so. I don't.
It took me a long time to recover. I think it's for over years. For years, I got really felt down. And one of the things that really helped me to recover is acting and singing. That's because art is life, art is passion, and even a lot of people, even the doctors, psychiatrists, even the counselors, when you ask them, one of the most therapeutic way for a depressed person or persons to recover is through art. For example, when you paint, when you color, it's really relaxing. That's why actually one of my apostolates now in my community, many people know that I'm part of Verbum Day community. Verbum Day is apostate. So we take turns, and what there's time that each students like today, other day, and there's a time that we have the activity and they color. They do reflection. Of course, as kids, they need really dynamic activity. They color, and I join them. I drew also Jesus, and then I really relax. I can see really enjoy because art is motion and mental health. release is emotions as well. Of course, when you're depressed, you're sad, emotion. So you need to release that. And one part, family, and also third is actually faith. Faith. Uh, it's true for me. You need to have strong faith in God. You need to hang on because no matter what happens, He's really the one who can help. Of course, you need to help yourself, but also a divine intervention. Because in order for you to help yourself, you really need someone. I believe God did that helped me. And after many years, right now, I'm here. I'm still alive. So, of course, there are times that you feel sad. You remember, especially, of course, there are moments that happened. I lost team, so I was not before. I'm now not as smart I was before. I wish I had. I wish I experienced this thing. So, but with the situation right now, with the help of my family, with, with my faith, I'm not saying that I'm so religious, but it really helps when we pray, and also with the art, the singing. I'm here. I'm happy that in my own little way right now I can express. I can hopefully I can inspire others through singing, acting, preaching in my community. And also thank you also for inviting me to be your co-host. So that's it. So how about you right now? You're away from your family. It's
Yep.
been how many years? Years?
Oh,
2014.
yeah, 7 years, 7 years.
2014. We
No,
had
2015.
dinner before you left.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We did. We did.
So
We did.
I'm happy that we had that time. And how are you coping up with study? Because I know that you're very close to your family. Or your mom. You're very close. So how do you cope up when you miss your family? Because it's Singapore, I know it's still Asian country, not that far, but still different country. It's not here in the Philippines. How do you cope?
Okay, with that, oo nga 'no, 7 years na ako nandito. Ay, before I answer that, I think you need to say hi to Miss Regina.
Hi Regine. Thank you
Yes,
for
and Miss
hi
Vivian
Ate
Santos.
Vivian. Thank you po.
Yes, and
Thank
of
you.
course, Miss
Ate
Mila
Mila,
Colon.
good evening.
Okay. So yan, sabi nga ni Sean, Francis is always optimistic person from my observation. Yeah, so
Thank you
I
very
added
much, bro.
actually. So I added spiritually for that. Okay. Hi po, Miss Regina. Yeah. So okay. So 7 years, oo. Matagal din eh kasi nag-apply ako sa Singapore matagal na. So after 3 years, yun nga napansin yung application ko. Then I passed the test and everything. Then I really need to think a million times before ko siya tanggapin kasi I'm actually enjoying my life in SB now doing the theater and those stage performing. So then siyempre yun nga first time ko mahihiwalay kanila mama knowing that I'm a mama's girl. So yun. So siyempre pagdating dito, maybe one of the biggest factor kaya okay ako is because I'm a loner. So kahit papaano sanay naman akong ano, gumawa ng mag-isa. So, then the technology here is good. So, somehow I know some basics, sa text, sa mga gadgets, yon. So, yan. So, if I'm sad or if I needed some advices, of course, I just video call my family. So, yun. Did I answer your question? Nandiyan ka pa ba? Mhm. Francis,
Ah,
can you hear me?
yes, answered very well. I
Hi,
know
Sir
how
Har.
close to you, your mom. And hi, Kuya Hari. So,
Uh,
how about it? I want to ask, because we all know that here in the Philippines, it's really the irony. You're welcome. Here in the Philippines, actually, even I think other countries also, it's really not easy to really open up that you are depressed or you have anxiety. Okay? How about in Singapore? Are they open already? Right?
I don't think so. Um, Hindi naman kasi mawawala yung stigma eh. Okay? And to tell you the truth, the biggest um, stigma and discrimination that I had because of my depression was from my colleagues. The That's a healthcare team, which I didn't expect it. Okay, I didn't expect it. Kasi syempre, in my mind, they're in healthcare, so they will be able to understand it. But sila pa yun ang nag-bully sa akin, nag-discriminate sa akin. And to tell you what, no one even asked me if totoo yung may depression ako or what. No one did. Narinig lang na hearsay, hearsay. So, no one did. And whenever, syempre, I'm battling my own demons. So, no one knew how, walang nakakalam kung gaano kahirap yung nararanasan ko. But then, no one even asked me, how are you? Okay? Although, except for one to two person na talagang ano, confident ko sa work. Yung nanay-nanayan ko dun, yung bunso ko, so yun. But nevertheless, yung stigma talaga is hindi pa man nawawala. So yun, okay. So that's the
I'm
most
happy that your mom is always there for you. You always
well,
call together.
definitely my family will always be there for me. Okay, especially my mom, okay, and my sister, my brother, even if sobrang busy no'n, hindi ko na nakakausap. Kaya my dad, of course, and of course, I have a very supportive and loving boyfriend who will always be there for me and who
Yes,
accepted me for who I
of
am.
course.
So I'm so blessed to have him. So blessed
Okay.
after
And
how many
also,
years.
family support is really important. Like what you mentioned, it's really important because that's the basic unit. Right? And of course, you always with your family at home, and they are really the one who will understand you first, who will know your situation. And here in the Philippines, even though situation right now, not that very open for mental health problems, but improving already. Uh, Somehow people, I think celebrities are some of them already open up about the situation because mental health is a condition. It's not actually different from having an asthma or and having diabetes or having other. It's not scary because all of us have. It's for me, my point. It's just that we are different handling. So it's not right for someone to tell that, ay, that person, arte lang, arte lang. Eh, mas marami pa kasi nahihirapan dyan. Pero kasi we all come from different backgrounds. We always, so we can say that person, so I believe what people need now is really understand more about health, depression, everything anxiety, and also they really need to be more loving. each other. Because I think
Yeah.
all mental conditions, even not really uh, fully cured, fully can be cured, but the magic is love. When you get inspired,
Actually,
when you
we all
see or feel that someone loves you, you matter, it will really give a big.
well,
So that's why
yeah.
love
But
is important.
actually,
Whether
we all
it doesn't have to be romantic love, which you are blessed because you have a romantic love. You're experiencing romantic love, but also love from family, from friends. So it's really important. And also exercise. You know this, you're a nurse. Exercise. Exercise is really important because there's a chemical called serotonin. Serotonin, correct me if I'm wrong. You're a nurse.
go
Serotonin
on.
is
Go on.
chemical in the brain that can affect our mood. So if serotonin will have difficulty in our brain, the process low in our brain can affect our mood. So in order for it to flow properly, we need to be active, ready to use our brain properly. Exercise. Also, I believe we need a lot of work, the happy chemical. So that is what we can get from one of the means. So when we feel recharged, we feel happy, our brain is active, so that's it. So it can help our what do you call this, our mood to be higher, to be happy. Exercise is important and socialization. We need to socialize. Right? We need to socialize because no man is, we all need this. So I understand that you are a loner, but technically you're not because you have a boyfriend and
For
also
your
you
boyfriend, di na
have
pwede
friends, you have
mag-loner.
us, you have ST. So what I mean, that you also have support. Still, you need people around you because I might be active. We can enjoy with others. So that's it. And
Yeah.
also, what do you think? Do you think that the fee for psychiatrists is really high? Is it reasonable? Because I watched video earlier, and they say that one of the reasons actually people feel that the doctor's fee psychiatrist or the psychiatrist is really high, so they can't really go for treatment. Do you think it's true?
Mhm.
Medical professional?
Okay, hold on, before I answer that question, okay. Okay, hindi po porke may boyfriend, hindi na po puwedeng maging loner, ha. So, yun. And then, of course, hold on. Ano ba napalitan niyo yun? Okay. So, yan. Then, and yun, libreng ano na po, anatomy, physiology na may serotonin na tayo. Okay, mental disorders, mental conditions are not curable, but they are treatable. Okay. And it is by going to therapists, to psychologists or psychiatrists. And to answer your question, if it is mahal ang magpa-psychiatrist sa Pinas, it's still quite reasonable though. Okay, it ranges between 2,500 to 5,000 and up. Okay, per consultation. Okay, and wala pa dun yung medications mo. Okay, right. So it's still quite reasonable. But unlike here in Singapore, okay, when you go to a psychiatrist, the one of maybe around 10,000 pesos up yung consultation fee. So wala pa dun yung medications mo. Okay, so if you have, for example, two medications, depende yan. So times mo ng 40 ang palitan ngayon, right? So 16,000 pesos per month. So it's really, really, really quite expensive. So, yun, kung sasamahan mo
So I
pa ng
think
gamot.
really helpful that we have institutions for mental health.
Ha?
So as early, if you feel that you need help, here in the Philippines, we have a hotline. And according the video I watched, or somehow I read, just the title, um, for the past 2 years since the pandemic, they are receiving thousands of calls. And surprisingly, doesn't come from just old people, even the youth, young people, and sometimes kids, but with their parents. It's really important because really you can afford payment. You
Yeah,
can you
actually,
have to take it seriously.
there no,
So you need help.
there are institutions in the Philippines that you can actually go to for free consultations like UST, KPGH, but you really have to have um milyong pasensya. Okay? Because naranasan kong pumila sa UST, alright? So first timer, so you need to register yata. And then it's already 5 o'clock, past 5 o'clock. Hindi pa rin ako na i-interview ng mga interns or clerks, you call it. So it's already past 6 o'clock and nagre-rage na ako. So good thing my mom was with me. So she's comforting me but I'm crying already because I'm really angry. Because ano ba to? Bakit ganito? Ang aga-aga namin nandito. Hapon na wala pa. Nagsasarado na yung mga clinic, hindi pa rin ako na anuhan, na tawag dito, na nakikita o ng residente to the point na I need to reschedule it. So, yun po ang problema sa government. Sometimes sa mga institutions kasi nga marami talaga yung nagpapatingin din. So, yun.
Here in the
And
Philippines, the
and
thing
just
is we have
to
also free counseling.
yeah. There are paper counselings, of course. But definitely, the thing here is, when it comes to depression kasi, ang alam lang kasi ng tao sa depression is yun nga, yung walang gana, yung parang tinatamad ka, na wala kang gustong gawin sa buhay mo, ganyan. So, but there is another side of actually depression, which is the smiling depression. Okay? It's not always sadness. Okay? So, may mga tao na nakikita ko yung nakangiti, tumatawa, pero depressed pala. Okay? And I know there are actors and actresses who are actually going through depression, but they're actually still acting like they can do comedy and everything. All right? Like Robin Williams, for instance, he's a comedian, but at the end of the day, no one knows that he's depressed. Okay. The one of the performers in Linkin Park, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was okay. He was laughing with his family. Then all of a sudden, they never know that he will do suicide due to depression. So, yun yung nakakatakot dun, yung smiling depression. Because no one knows eh. Alam mo yun? Hindi mo alam kung ano yung next na mangyayari kasi hindi mo siya nakikita. Okay. So, and there are people na hindi nila alam na depressed na pala sila. Okay. Just like me, when my grandfather was actually diagnosed with colon cancer, that was also 2006. It was stage 4. Okay, so I was in my fourth year in college. Okay, and so syempre roller coaster sa family and hindi pa ako nakaka-graduate noon. Graduating pala ako ng nursing. So, they nag-iisip sila sinong mag-aalaga kay tatay, tatay tawag ko sa Malangit Tawa. Okay. Then they told me na syempre hindi ka pwede magpuyat. And I was like, hello, nursing ang degree ko, puyatan din 'to, yeah. But of course, in the end, ako pa rin naman yung nag-alaga. So 24/7 akong na kay tatay no'n and then of course I graduated and then June May 2007, okay, na-accept ako sa women's clinic. It's a clinic nun. So, clinic nurse ako. And then, Hindi ko makakalimutan yun, June 30, 2007. Before ako umalis ng bahay to go to work, I saw him sleeping nicely. Radiant yung face niya. So I was thinking, okay, he's okay, he's okay. So I can go. So nagpunta ako sa work. And then exactly 6 p.m. dumating si Ton. So dumating si Ton sa work ko. So he just told me, bilisan mo. So all I know is that mukha kang may hindi maganda, which is yun na nga. So pagdating ko ng bahay, I saw him from radiant face to sunken face. Yung naghihinang hingalo na siya. So I was so stunned that hindi ako nakakilos, hindi ako nakapagsalita for few seconds because I was really shocked to see him that. So yun. And then they were planning to they're calling a doctor, okay, because of that. So ayun, but I knew it was his time already. And so yun, after he died, after 3 days, bumalik ulit ako sa work. So I was just thinking that nasa States lang si tatay. Kasi before, tumira sila sa States. Okay, so I was just thinking, hindi, nasa States lang si tatay. So all along, yun ang nasa isip ko. So hindi ko siya yung talagang pinagluksa kasi para sa akin hindi siya totoo, parang gano'n. So, it goes on and on, so I just work and until such time I became workaholic. So, I will go to my work 6 AM, 6:30 AM, and then I will go home at 7 PM. So, that's kind of workaholic for me because it is from Monday to Saturday. Okay. So, yun. Then, after a year, yung parang nagkakaroon ako ng roller coaster. Then, a doctor, um, isa sa mga consultant doon sa clinic, whom I became close with. So, then sabi niya sa akin, I think you're having depression. You you really need to let go. And I was like, oo nga. Parang ganun. So, parang napaisip ako, oo nga. Sabi, yun yung ano ko, sabi ko, depressed pala ako ng gano'ng katagal na hindi ko alam. Kasi nga hindi ko siya kumbaga hindi ko ma-accept, since hindi ko siya ma-accept, hindi ko siya ma-let go. So yun. So, dun nag-start. Dun nag-start yung depressions ko. So yun. 'Di ba? So aside pa sa I was being bullied since I was a kid. Okay? I was called a vacuum when I was in school, because they thought that my good grades was because of my mom being a teacher in the same school, but they don't know how hard I tried to, get good grades because I'm actually protecting my mom's name. So I'm doing all on my own. So, yun, yung mga ganun. So, I was teased nung bata pa ako. So, yan. Yung ano. So, doon was separate nag-start din. But, you will only realize when someone told you so. So, yun yung sinasabi ko na may mga tao talagang hindi nila alam na depressed na rin pala sila. So, yun. Then,
What
of
what
course,
I want to say actually, looking at you now, you can handle things very well. So I'm happy that right now, sharing your experience, having a depression,
well, actually,
not really that heavy
yeah,
to
that's
you.
the reason. Yeah, that's the reason why I said that there is this called na smiling depression. You will say that, yeah, I look okay. I'm being supported. I'm being loved. No, but at the end of the day, you really cannot fight it. Okay, because you're battling with your own demon. So parang ano lang yan eh. Yung depressed na depressed ka sa trabaho mo, pero 'pag harap mo sa pasyente nakangiti ka, 'yun, 'di ba? Kahit inis na inis ka na dun sa pasyente mo, nakangiti ka pa rin. So, gano'n siya, alright. But at the back of your mind, "Ay, if Lord kunin mo na ako." Parang gano'n nangyayari. So,
Pero
'yun.
one of the good thing right now is you acknowledge it already. Have you noticed? You mentioned earlier that you can accept. Now, you can say, really, that you admit it.
Actually,
You
it's
have.
hard. It's hard to accept it. It's took me years to accept it. But
Yes, the process.
sabi ko nga kanina sa'yo, sa backstage, no, I have no choice. You know, I have to accept it. Just like what my doctor said, you really have to accept it. The thing is, it's acceptance. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes, that's
Not
true,
wrong with it.
everyone. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, and there's nothing to ashamed of. Okay, you're highly functional. I'm highly functional. So I mean, life goes on. And the only way for me to be able to accept it, I've been thinking about it a lot, is by speaking out. Okay. Kasi ang hirap pag tinatago mo eh, di ba? And ang daming mga chismosa, chismoso, marites, na alam mo yon malaman ng ni ganito kasi ganito, oy, ganito, ganyan. I mean, at least sa akin naman galing, di ba? So, ganun din naman eh. So, yun.
But you need to give credit to yourself. You're proving now that. And I noticed that. Because like what you're always saying when I'm guest here in was that we've been friends for a long time. So I know a lot about you. I know what you're going through. We always communicate. So that even you're in Singapore, I'm always updated what's happening to you. And I'm happy that right now, way back, uh, I will just share this. So let's way back 2 years ago. I remember you were pessimistic. So you're very somehow negative with regards to your condition. And there's someone uh, uh, one of the reasons was triggered by someone. And then
And then,
now,
yeah,
and now
there's
you're
still,
better.
actually, there are still bouts of depression. Hindi naman mawawala yan. Kasi sabi ko, it's not curable. But, yeah, I'm blessed with a very good boyfriend. So, yeah. So, alam niya, pag depressed na ako, yan, labas tayo, kain tayo. And pag nandyan siya, I felt so secure. I feel so safe. Tapos, alam mo yung napapakalma niya ako. Basta yung presence lang niya, yung yakap niya, uh, it's really amazing.
You have a bear.
Yeah, that's why ang tawag ko
You
sa
call
kanya
it
is
bear.
polar bear.
Polar bear. Also,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying earlier. I support, love other people. If that person is sad, being depressed, they need care. Happy that you're receiving that. Not just from your family, but from your boyfriend. Hopefully, we will be able to talk soon.
Yeah. Nahiya pa
And
siya
then,
eh.
you mentioned actually the topic right now is depression and suicide. So
Yes.
now, let's go on the other side topic. This is the suicide.
Trigger
So,
word.
actually, suicide is also a problem here in the Philippines. Now, before there are cases, I believe now it's a lot higher. Maybe because of pandemic, and also maybe of poverty. I don't know. Has a lot of factors depends upon the background of the person. So since you've shared a lot, I'll ask you first. What is your view? What can you say about
Suicide. Okay,
yes?
so yeah, trigger warning po. This is a very sensitive topic. So, yun po.
Yes,
Okay.
trigger warning everyone.
All right. So, okay. Actually, there's one um friend of mine who had a friend na nag-attempt ng suicide. Okay. And she was so angry. She was so angry because bakit niya ginawa yun, ganito ganyan, ganito ganyan. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, um, you cannot blame that person, okay? Sabi niya, napaka-selfish eh. She's not selfish, okay? Because for her, okay, suicide is the only way to get out to escape from pain, okay? And for them kasi ang iniisip kasi nila, since they're thinking that they're worthless, okay, they're such a burden, okay, to everyone, okay. So once you are being succumbed by these negative emotions, okay, there's no escape, right? Once na ano ka na eh, wala ka na sa sarili mo. Alam mo yung, kung alam niyo kung paano maging lutang, as in lutang na wala ka nang naiisip, okay? At the same time, your body is numb, okay? Numb. Ano man numb sa Tagalog? I forgot what's numb in
Walang
Tagalog.
pakiramdam.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Manhid.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so manhid ka na, okay? Kahit kaya yung mga tao na nagsa-slash ng wrist nila, okay? They don't feel it at all. Okay? Ginagawa lang wala na eh, as in wala na sila sa tamang pag-iisip. Okay? So, yun yung ano dun. Kaya the reason why some of them nagsa-slash na ang wrist nila or anything else because wala na, eh, wala sila sa sarili. Ang nasa isip lang nila is to get out of this pain. Yun lang. Okay. But actually, sa totoo lang, these people, ayaw nilang mamatay. They don't want to die. They are actually afraid of death. They are afraid to die. But then, just like what I've said,
Yes,
once
I
you have been
agree.
succumbed by these negative emotions, wala kang maiisip, your mind is cloudy, your body is numb until you do it. So yun.
I would
That's the
like to
reason.
share my experience with regards to that.
Sorry?
I'll just
Sorry?
go back because you mentioned about smiling depression.
Mhm.
And in connection with that, I want to also reiterate that what you see in social media are not always true.
Correct.
Because maybe you will think that the person is really living a happy life because he's always posting on Facebook, going the country, very successful, having a new car. Uh, you can't really tell if that's true. They are really happy because I had an experience before. Actually, I like her, had a crush on her. This lady, this young lady, I met her for I just graduated from college in a workshop. Really beautiful, sings very well, uh, really talented. Everything is okay. We thought, my group thought, all of a sudden, months after the workshop I had, we had, we received information. We got information from my friend who was also my class in the workshop who made it, and she was successful. Uh, she killed herself, and we were really shocked. And sad to say also, because she's really a good singer, I think her solo album, was supposed to be launched in, in one of the noontime shows, in one of the big stations here in the Philippines. So, really sad about it. And what you said, uh, when you think of that, don't feel anything. And doesn't mean that this young lady that I really admired before just want to die. I believe she's just actually she wants to that time to live. She wants to start again. I don't know what happened She's really very active. She's really fun to be with, kind, sweet, but it's up. So we can never tell. So let's not condemn the person who
Yes.
committed suicide or attempted
Yeah.
suicide,
Correct.
because we really need support, especially now, the young people. Especially you mentioned earlier about bullying. It's one of the triggers, bullying. For
Correct.
example, the young person, especially maybe at 13, 14, or 15 years old, and she posted a picture that she's wearing maybe a good outfit, maybe a little sexy, and someone commented, "Taba mo, you're fat, uh, pangit ka, kapal mo, or you don't have the right to post that, you don't look beautiful." And for us, older people, or maybe who doesn't know the person, we feel na it's not that big deal. But for that young lady, I'm just citing an example, just only 13, 14 years old, starting her life, finding her identity, give that message, there's a possibility it will lead to depression. And since she can't handle, because she's very young, it can lead to suicide. So please don't play with emotion. Uh, I'm not really saying this for old people, but even the young ones who might be the young people who might be watching right now. Yung mga biro, is it's okay. But really need to be careful, especially yung mga biro-biro, they're really concerned about how they look because they have their identity. Especially right now, the image or what do you call it, the beauty, because of social media, is really one of the negative things, how we perceive beauty now. You're beautiful, you look like this. You're handsome, you look like this. So maybe if the person trying to look their best, even in older people, it will not be nice to receive negative comments. So if you're really a friend, you want to tell something to the person, don't make it public. Just tell the person heart to heart. You know what, bro or sis, don't look good on the picture, but it doesn't mean it's true. But don't make it public. Because people are really sensitive with that. They don't want to really feel ashamed. Uh, they want really, of course, everything. And also, it's not difficult to be kind. Social media, Facebook, that's why it's Facebook. First of all, we need to be friendly. We don't have to really rant every time uh we feel angry at someone, you post, you comment, or if you receive a post from someone, don't post it again. Inform many people about what happened. Because it can trigger a lot of things. So I think that's one of the things I can take. And especially with regard to this matter, like what our friend Mr. John said, trigger warning. Because even simple words, must be careful. When we talk of suicide, talk of depression, because the person might remember, and there's a lot of things that can go to his head. It's really difficult. Be careful, be more loving. And in my case, actually, with regards to suicide, I thought of that. Imagine, would you believe it? I thought of killing myself.
No.
I'm
But
smiling person.
but but
I'm talkative
it's not
person.
good.
But there were times I thought of that.
I
Some
think
people
most
know that because, of
most people.
course, like what I said earlier, uh, are going through a lot of different. And like what I said, I also have a history. I was a kid that even though I'm smiling, even though I appear happy. You know this very well. But I am a very sensitive person. Know
Mm-hmm.
this very
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So if you so every so if you want to tell me something, just do it private. Don't confront me on Facebook. Don't confront me right away. Just do it private. I've thought of that. There's a lot of factors that I that thankfully because of the my community actually has my family because I belong to a spiritual family. Uh, faith really matters. I have people guide guiding me before and now I'm guiding me. Very thankful because of the guidance, the community, also the family. The family also. It was really hard. Friends, I, I thought of ending my life, but I'm happy because even though I thought about it, you know what? I want to share this. You know that? Did you know that I almost died many?
You never told
I
me
want to
about that.
share. Okay, I want to
Go
share.
on.
Before, I had a near-death experience in Ilocos Norte. My friends and I went to Ilocos and we went to the waterfall. And I don't know why, because I know how to swim. So and I believe I think I was wrong in handling the rock because the water in the water flows very fast. Need to be careful. And then I just suddenly lost my grip on the rock. So I started to sink. And at that time, thankfully, someone noticed me. And unfortunately, I don't know that my friend beside is sinking also. But he was able to manage more than me. I was shouting, help, help. Someone said na, oh, si Kuya Francis nalulunod. So that's one of my near-death experience. Secondly, I had an experience. I was brought to the doctor's hospital because of LBM. I don't know really what happened. At one day, I just believe I had LBM. I got headache. I don't know, something like that. So first, I was brought to a clinic in Pandacan, in one of the clinics in Balagtas. And there were many people. And when I was there, I am really having difficult time. So I requested to my family, please bring me to another place and handle it more. Kasi I'm having difficult. So we went to hospital ng Maynila, Tagos Hospital that time, public hospital, but good. So I'm having a difficulty already and we were waiting. So I really need to be rushed to the hospital. So that time, the doctor said to my family, one there, in Tagalog, like, salamat po at nilipat siya ng ospital. Kasi hindi namin alam kung anong condition. So, English, to the people who doesn't understand Tagalog, it means that, thank you, because you're transferring him to another hospital, because we can't do what to do with him. We don't know his situation. So, I was brought to my favorite hospital, in the doctor's hospital, favorite hospital. I was born there. So, the doctor said, it is true. My family, they said, Tagalog again, first. Ah, buti po, dinala niyo na siya. Kasi 1 minute na lang, patay na siya. Imagine, imagine, happened to me. I had my last 2 minutes in my life. I was brought to that hospital. And why I am sharing this, after emotionally, the other things happened. Triggered, I want to die. Because even though how difficult life may be, I'm not just thinking about depressed people, an anxiety, having difficulty right now. I realize that even though I'm sad, there are times that coming back, I'm sad, what's happening to me, it's coming back. Still, God still has hold on me. He doesn't want me to give up. Because I even almost died. Not just once. But still, I'm here. I don't know why. Because one of us is a purpose. That's why I'm saying this. Because I believe, no matter how depressed we are, I know that depression is hard, and we can't really condemn the people who have suicidal thoughts. And I admitted, you guys, yeah, I have. Even you're surprised. I, I, life, is- life is beautiful. There are moments, struggle, but still, what I realize, you really need to hang because you have a purpose why you're here. Uh, we're still living, not end. So as long as the family with you, just continue to fight. And fighting depression, you need support of your family and support of your family. Also, you need to stand up. Help, help, support, right? Really
Well,
help, help.
yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So, well, it no, true, life is beautiful, okay? And we have purpose in life here. There's a reason why God gave us our lives. Okay? And just to follow up with what you said, not don't condemn. This is true because I have a friend who after a long time may nakita kong post niya. So she actually committed suicide, but thankfully hindi nga not she's actually survived. So then she I remember she asked me, "Pagagalitan mo ba ako?" And I told her, "Ba't kita pagagalitan? Nagawa mo na." "Wag mo na lang gawin ulit." Gano'n lang 'yun. Nagawa mo na, eh, pagagalitan pa ba kita? Sabi niya, "Hindi kasi lahat ng tao pinapagalitan ako sa ginawa ko." "Eh, ba't kita pagagalitan?" 'Yun yung sinabi ko sa kanya. So gumawa na lang gawin. But, yun nga, um, there are people kasi alam mo yung ano, eh, yung alam mo yung na-commit na nila is parang ako, okay? I committed suicide, okay? 4 times. So, almost fifth. And then, yun, one time I was just, slashing my wrist and then I'm trying to slash my wrist. And then I said, why I cannot feel the pain? Why I cannot feel the pain? I need to feel the pain. Because I think I'm not still not yet that succumbed though with my emotions because part of half of my brain's telling me that's not right. Um, don't do it, don't do it. Because ginagawa ko yung tanghali, hindi ako makatulog. So, ayun, kumbaga natorete na yung ulo ko. Then, the thing is, magdu-duty na ako. 8:00 na ng gabi, magdu-duty na ako ng night shift that night. So, sabi ko na lang, I really need to feel the pain. So, ayun. So, I just grabbed the scissor and then just keep on scratching out on my hand just to feel the pain. Tapos after ko ma-feel yung pain, okay, pasok na ako. Yun na, pumasok na ako sa duty. Tapos parang walang nangyari. Tapos parang, okay, duty lang, ngiti sa pasyente, paanak ka nandito, panak doon, okay, iyak ng baby, ayan, tapos uwi ka na naman, tapos tulog lang ako, tapos ganun lang. Okay? For me, it's quite funny. Yeah, wala ako, but then, after that, yeah, wala yung ano mo, yung sound mo, Francis. Wala kang magsalita ka, wala kang sound. Wala naman siyang sound. So, yun. Wala na naman yung sound mo. Sorry po for this kind of technical difficulties. So, yun. Yeah, so nawala si Francis. Anyway, so while waiting for him to come back, so yun po, suicide is actually a million of people are already committing suicide. So just like what I've said, I had that experience before. So um, please don't, just like what Francis said, don't condemn them. Okay. It's not easy. We actually don't want to do it, but that's life, though. I don't know. Here's Francis. You're back. Yeah, I still don't have. What happened to your this connection is gone again. I don't know why. I think yeah. And so while Francis is trying to fix his sounds, okay. So Ate Mila, sorry I call you Ate Mila. I hope you don't mind. Okay, Ate Mila. So Miss Mila, okay, ganyan siguro akin kaya lang parang nilalabanan ko lang. Okay. All right. So if you really feel that thank you po. Okay. If you really feel po na you're going to into depression, please uh consult a doctor or a therapist to help you out. Okay. Sometimes is sabi nga nila is just a phase in life, okay? Hindi siya agad-agad na depression. And sometimes we just need someone to talk to, just like those therapists, okay? Okay, to help us, guide us again, to guide us back again to our life, okay? To have a new beginning, okay? So, siyempre may mga problema tayong hindi natin nasasabi sa mga kaibigan natin o kahit sa mahal natin sa buhay. Yung kumbaga, there are really problems na sinasarili natin eh. Okay? And we all need to be to communicate it. We need parang ilabas kung ano yung mga nararamdaman nyo, kung ano yung iniisip nyo. So, it's nice to have people who can you talk to na ma, na yung masasabihan mo ng problema mo, okay? Not necessarily mahal mo sa buhay. Pwede nga rin yung therapist mo, okay? So, at least ma-lessen yung burden mo and you'll be able to move on, okay? And, hold on. Yeah, you're back.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So go on. Ikaw muna. You speak first. Finish what you're saying.
So, nasa na ba ako?
You're saying something. Finish what you're saying. Huh?
Oh, yeah, I was
Are you
saying
done
that,
already?
yeah, I was just saying a while ago that, after having 4 attempts, so, may isang case doon na night shift ako. So, yung pa-afternoon na doon ko siya ginagawa kasi sa my rate. But
But
then,
by the way,
after that,
I
yun.
just want to share. Please.
What?
I'm not cutting you. I
Sorry?
just want to share. I'm not cutting you. I just want to share.
Hmm.
I want to say that thank you for helping yourself because I received your picture.
What picture?
You took a picture and
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I received the picture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
if you
yeah.
did not do that, I believe that's one thing that you help yourself because you let the people know.
Yeah, I think that that time, yun yung kinikwento ko na sinend ko sa'yo yung picture na nagka-cut ako ng quiz. Then, bigla ako pumasok ng duty na parang walang nangyari. Nagpaanak ako ng mga pasyente, ganyan. So, tuloy lang duty ko. Ano nang nangyari?
But you have
Sir,
give credit to yourself. Now you're improving a lot.
because
So
I'm beginning to talk about it, you know? Yun yung sinasabi ko nga nung wala ka. You need to talk about what is going on because there are really things na sinasarili natin eh. Okay. Hanggang sa mag-pile up siya, tas parang bulkan na biglang sasabog. Okay. So, yun siguro, because I'm trying to be courageous here of telling my story about it. So, yun.
And also, I want to share something. Because according to the studies, women, as men, we have high risk of suicide, higher suicide than women. And one of the reason is because kaming mga lalaki, women don't really express what we feel, which is true. Because you know what? When I was a kid, the reason why I had really a difficulty before, one of the reason is because I of the repressed emotions. Because of the people who knew me since I was a kid, maybe some of them, Ate Vivian is my aunt. If she's still here, she's watching. Uh, they know that I am a quiet kid. I'm very quiet. I don't speak a lot. Maybe in school because I'm active in school because that my I take my battlefield before. I want to excel in school, but as a kid, I'm quiet. So as men, I'm giving this message especially to men. Don't be afraid to feel your emotions. Don't be afraid to cry if you feel crying. Because before that was my problem. I thought everything is okay because I didn't express it. I repressed it by studying. One of the things, so I had a word, it blurted out. I don't know if it's burned out or it just piled up. And that happens as a kid. I wasn't able to handle it very well. That's it. And in terms of women, I really want to give credit to you and to all the women because majority of you express what you feel. That's why I read something when I was reading. I read something that women have, I believe, express more their suicidal thoughts. That's why maybe it was avoided. Some people can stop them. They stop them. But men usually are quiet. So when they do it, they want to kill themselves. Usually they are successful because nobody knew. But unlike women, you have support group. When you see your friend, you hug each other, you express, you cry. But women, we don't have like that so much. We hug just a little. Why we don't hug so much in like what you do? And you do holding hands. We don't do that. We don't do that. So you're really more expressive. So what I'm saying is, as men, we must know how to express. Of course, we know to express. I'm not speaking of myself or other men. When we court a girl, we express. But I'm talking of other feelings as well. If you feel sad, if you feel frightened, express. And also, I know that is not effective to everybody, but I think I can say that this is effective for me. Journal. Uh, Try writing about your experiences. Uh, in my case, it's effective because I write sometimes. It's not I'm not actively writing in my journal, but if I'm in the mood, I try. It's really to highlight, to express what you feel because you don't really talk to everyone most of the time. Really, often there are times that you can talk to someone, but you can write it, and in that way you can express how you feel. So that's it. And one thing actually that I can share, because as many of you know that I'm like what I said, I'm in the community. I was able to work with the youth with the singles and with the kids. And one thing that I noticed, especially with the youth, when you're with them, they really need one somebody to listen to them, someone to talk to. So in my case, I'm not an expert, but I'm happy to be given a chance sometimes to express what they feel. Before, because now I'm not in the youth anymore. But now, if any of you are watching right now, I'm still available. You can still talk to me if you have problems. I will be happy to try my best. Hopefully, I can help you with the singles, with our generation, millennial. It's always it's also like that. They need acceptance. They need someone to listen to them. Because I remember uh, after I graduated from college, I met a friend. I think she was having a problem with her family. She expressed to me um, that when she was growing up, she felt na I'm not really familiar if both from the mom or the dad or one of them. She felt uh, that didn't receive the full attention. I think the love that she wanted as a kid. So she lacks on that part. And maybe that's the reason why she was somehow that time addicted to sex. Not addicted, but maybe into it that time. Because as we all know, sex is hugging, kissing, embracing. And if we need love, we need the warm. It's warm. It warms our body. Love is warm. So when I said that to her, she said, oo nga ano? I realized maybe because I was like that because the love that I want to receive from my parents, I receive it from the men, from the people, men, that she was with. Alam mo na, doing it. So there's a connection. There's a connection. That's the problem because youth, singles, even the kids, they really need time. People need time. People need someone to listen to them. It doesn't matter how corny it is. Even when I was a student, someone shared to me, I want to kill myself because my boyfriend doesn't like me anymore. Like that. And in that way, she thanked me, I believe, because that way she was able to express. She told me that she wanted to kill herself. But I told her, don't kill yourself. If it's not him, there's many guys. There's many guys. And and I'm happy that until now, even though they did not end up together, she married another man, and I don't know about the guy, but he's still alive. So that's attention. I believe people just give time to listen to others. It doesn't have to be always a talk. Just listen because it matters. Just like what I said, nomads in an island, we need each other, and be careful with the things that we say, especially with the young. So what I said earlier, because it really triggers a lot. Sabihan mo lang sila ng mataba, you're fat, you're ugly, I I don't want to be with you anymore. So it's really a big fact. So yes. And in your case, are you dealing how about the young people in Singapore?
Well,
Uh do you have the
can you hear
chance
me?
to chat with
Dito
them
po
once in a
ako.
while?
Oh, sorry, nag-e-echo
So
yung hindi ko alam. Yeah. Hold on. I think I need to change my.
okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Nag-e-echo yung ano ko. Okay, sorry.
Yes. Can I continue?
Yeah. Can. Okay.
Yes.
So sorry,
Are
may I can
the people
you?
in Singapore are
Sorry.
people in Singapore expressive? Because as Filipinos, we are emotional. We are somehow, even not all, expressive, talkative. How about the Singaporean? How do they
Uh,
handle stress or
I'm
depression?
not okay. I'm actually not sure because hindi ako malabas sa tao. Sorry about the echo, guys. I don't know what's going on with my mixer. So, hindi ko siya masasabi talaga kasi hindi ako malabas sa tao, eh. So, um, hindi ako katulad mo na friendly sa yan, yun. So, yun, I won't say anything about that.
But I believe emotions, emotion, everybody feels.
Yeah,
Everybody
but
feels
we
something.
have
If it
we
feels
have different
happiness,
yeah,
feel
we have
happy,
different
feel
coping
sad.
mechanisms. We have different coping
Singapore,
mechanisms. So,
Filipinos, we all need love. So let us express love, give love to one another.
yeah. So, hold on, ah. Okay, thank you po, Miss Mila.
Thank you very much, Ate Mila.
And before I used to do journal or diary. Oh, that's great. That's good. Okay, Miss Regina, because for that, all right. So just take it easy. Sorry sa echo po. Just take it easy. Just let it pass. If you don't like to do anything, just don't do anything. Okay, eat some ice cream, eat some sweets. Okay, it will help you. And then, wag mong i-force yung sarili mong gumawa ng mga bagay-bagay. Okay? Okay, just let it pass. Okay? Exercise, eat sweets or ice cream or ice chips, then go out under the sun. It will help. It will really help a lot. Okay? Alright. So, yan. So, alright,
So
to wrap it
Regine,
up.
from Ate Tin yan, ha? Regine, Ate Tin yan.
So, to wrap it up, okay? So, for those people, again, who are feeling depressed or they're not sure if they're depressed or whatever they feel, please consult a doctor or therapist, okay? So that you'll be able to be diagnosed properly, okay? Please don't self-diagnose,
Yes.
okay?
Don't
And
self-diagnose.
yeah, and for those people who are actually feeling suicidal, there are hotlines that you can call, okay, to help you out. And actually, you can hold on, let me just see. Okay, okay, you can check this website www.washere.com/mental health, and you can see here all the list of um counseling hotlines in the Philippines. Okay, guys, this is for the Philippines. Okay, so this is a good website to see. Right. So and please,
By the way, thank you, Javi, for
yes,
sharing the link.
definitely, yes, and thank you for
Thank you,
those who
Javi
watch.
Atayde, my friend, for sharing the link.
Thank you for sharing this link. And for those people who actually wants to inspire people with their stories, please, I can share it. We can share it anonymously. Please email us in musicchat2020@gmail.com. And you can watch also Putol na Kamay and May Katok in Shinagamo TV in YouTube. And this actually tackles about mental health also. Alright. So any last message, Francis?
Uh, Tin, are you still? Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
me. Sorry.
uh, I would like to thank you again for allowing me to be part of your show. This is still your show. So, thank you for the opportunity to be here. And also, hopefully, all of the people who are listening, watch us right now. Hopefully, we were able to help you in our own little way. I would like to make this clear. We are not professionals. I studied psychology, but I did not pursue a career path in clinical psychology. I'm pursuing an industrial setting right now, but I was able to work in HR. I believe until now, I management also now I'm into recruitment, and that's also people related. And also I have a community. So somehow the interest in me, actually, the interest is very much in me, in people, in understanding people, in meeting people, and listening to people, in speaking to people. Because I believe life is about relationship. It's true. Relationships, we need each other. Of course, you need to love yourself, yeah, but you need to love others as well. And just believe in yourself. I know life is not easy, but it's beautiful. There are times of highs, there are times of low. Life is like a roller coaster ride, but continue to hang on because there's a lot of surprises after the ride. And after that surprise, you might be going to ride again, seesaw again. But after that, there's surprise again. So just look for the brighter side of things. And also, teen also, I'm very happy that you were able to express that. You're very courageous because you know that this episode will be recorded. Actually, you're recording it, and a lot of people will watch us after, even they were not able to watch us now, but they will watch it after. And your life is a testimony also. Not all people can do that, to express, to say publicly that you are having depression. Hopefully, people will get inspired. And I know that's the reason why you did MusiChat. Before we started the show, somehow I asked you why you're doing this, and you want to inspire. And I know deep in your heart, yes, you might be a loner. Not might, you're a loner. You're a loner. But you want to reach out. You want to reach out. So with that, I really appreciate because you're trying. You're trying. And you're really sincere to love people. Because remember, as I don't know if everyone here knows that you are an actress. You're a singer. You're a writer. So really, you really want to touch people's lives. And as your friend, I know your desire. I know the real you. I know the real you. I know how beautiful your heart is. Just continue what you're doing, and the rest will follow. And that's it. And yeah, for all the people, one last thing, who are experiencing depression, don't be afraid to ask help, to seek help. There's a lot. Here in the Philippines, we have hotlines. There are there are counseling. There are teen mentioned that there's free in PGH consultation. Maybe you just need to be patient, like what you said, but still, you will have your chance. And also, I don't want to really sound spiritual, but it's going back there. I'm not planning, but it's, of course, we all need uh, prayers. Kasi no matter what happens, there's really someone who created us, who knows us, and who loves us, who is God. So whatever we are going through right now, let us seek the guidance from our Lord, and He will take care of us. We really didn't wish to be here in this world, so it means that He desires for us to be here. So He has the responsibility. So just hang on. Chill lang. Chill lang tayo. So no matter what happens, remember, life is beautiful and enjoy life. Life is adventure. Enjoy the adventure, and it's also like a movie. So make it a good one. Best picture. So thank you, Tin. It's your turn now.
All right. So thank you, Francis, and for Regina. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. Um. All right. Okay. How I wish ganyan din
Can
ako
you
sa
read it?
yeah, sobrang ganda po ng topic niyo po. Sobrang
Ako ba?
naka-inspired
Sobrang ganda po
po
ng topic
mga
nyo.
shares.
Po, sobrang nakaka-inspired po sa mga shares nyo kung paano po kayo nakakope sa depression nyo before. How I wish ganyan din ako ka-strong like you, Kuya Francis. At kaya mo yan! Kaya mo yan! You can
Yeah,
do it. Thank
kaya
you
mo
very much,
yan.
Gigi.
One step at a time, darling. One step at a time. Definitely. And always speak your mind and talk to your mom or to anyone who you can trust to. Okay? All right. If you need anything, you can also message me anytime. All right? So yan. So kilala ka friend ka ni Francis, so he can let you know how to reach me. Okay? All right. Anytime, darling. Okay.
Yes.
So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. So again, please follow, like, and share my
Ate Tim po yan, Ate Tim.
Tintin Monsanto, Facebook, IG, YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify, all Tintin Monsanto. And again, for those people who want to share their inspiring stories, please email us to musicchat2020 at gmail.com. All right.
Follow
So,
her.
yes,
Right.
thank you so much. And thank you so much, Francis, for tonight. Thank you all.